I am Rodney Glover. I'm your host. So we're going to tell you a little bit about ourselves. So that's all. You'll definitely learn more about us as this podcast goes on. I'm grateful that I'm excited about it. I'm excited about what we're getting ready to get into and what we're going to start. The thing is, I've been blessed with a lot of friends that all are great men and dads. But I found that we don't talk to each other enough.
There is a difference between being a good man and being good at being a man.
He was about all these motorcycles, all these cars, everything I could think of,
I wouldn't change a thing. Like some things you look at me like, wow, but honestly, man, I wouldn't change it. We experience and those things, ultimately make us who we are. That's what I believe. Like,
Hello. It's your boy, the Beast One. Welcome to another week of Dad Mentality Podcast. I'm glad y'all are here checking it out. We definitely trying some new things this podcast. Y'all get to check us out. But first, y'all know I don't do it by myself. I got my man, $1 million grand. Since we 4 years old playing in the sandbox, now we out here making content for our viewers. It's my man, Vance Robs, a.k.a. Coach. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good, man. How y'all doing today?
Man, doing good. So, my man, Matty Ice just joined us. He's all psyched about crypto finally going up. So I guess I can go back to calling him Matt Ice Cold.
No.
What's up, Ice Cold Crypto? How you doing? Are you still selling ice cream, or we out here getting this crypto again?
Oh no, I'm still slinging ice cream, man. Matty Ice, man. I'm feeling good. Just had to. Just wanted to make sure y'all was looking at y'all portfolio, man. For the Bitcoin. That's all.
Everybody know every week I buy Bitcoin every week, and I'm happy it finally bounced back a little bit. We'll see how it ends at the end of the year because I'm donating all that money to the Boys of Hope. So this week, fellas, I'm gonna be honest with you. So this week I had reached out to a bunch of my male friends who were single because I knew we'd be talking about relationship. And I was like, all right, well, I need to get some single perspective. And let me tell you, each one of them was scared of their prospective girlfriend or some girl they might be dating, hearing about how they really feel about relationships. So I then had to call in the real army, the real people that would be about this life. So I called in a couple friends. One is Tanya. She is a co-host of Conversation with No Manners with her girl, Lisa. If you haven't checked them out, they're on Spotify. I'm telling you, these ladies are doing their thing. I met them currently at another podcast that we'll be talking about next week. But, I invited her to come out. I think she thought I was crazy at first, but she still showed up, and I'm happy to see her here. Hi, Tanya. How you doing today?
Hey, I'm good, and you?
I'm great. It's another day. I appreciate it. So, and then when I was thinking, I was like, well, do I have any other single friends that'll be open and come and talk to it and blah, blah, blah. So I started thinking, and all of a sudden it hit me. Hold on. I got the perfect person. This young lady has been my friend we've been friends since we were 16 years old. I had to go into that story. I had to go into that story later, how we met, but I'll tell y'all all about that as we go through. But this young lady has been a mentor to my kids, myself. I mean, she's an amazing person. I pray that my daughter grows up to be like her. So I definitely put her. She's from the DMV, but she's over in the East Coast now. West Coast. Sorry, out there in the West Coast now, hustling, bustling. It's my girl, Lashanya. How you doing, Lashanya?
Doing lovely. Glad to be here.
Well, I appreciate it. You was definitely excited when I told you about this week's episode. So this week's episode.
Absolutely. Who gonna check me? Check me? I can say what I want. Your fellas are scared.
Yeah, they was petrified. You should have heard some of them. Son. I was like, "Yo, are you for real that scared?" He was like, "Yeah, my girl listen to that joint. That'd be the end of our relationship. She find out how I really feel." I was like, "Damn, dog. All right." So anyway,
Wow.
I appreciate y'all coming through. We're gonna go ahead and get into our mental health check-in. Fellas, we're gonna go ahead and go first so the ladies see how it's done, and then that way, they can give their check-in and I'm sure people really want to know how their check-in is anyway. They hear about us all the time. So Vance, you want to go ahead and go first and tell us how your week been, brother?
Yeah, man. Week's been okay. Nothing has really moved me over the last week. I think last week I was at a 7.5. Pretty much hovering around that same boat. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a blah week. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Work and life in general. Just you know what I'm saying? Kind of taking its ups and downs all week. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You have great moments and then you have letdowns, you know what I'm saying? And that was the tail of the week. Got to visit and watch a couple high school football games Friday night, so that was pretty good. Work related stuff, a little bit trying, but nothing major. In regards to the family, my daughter came home from Camp Smith, which was great. You know what I mean? That was the first time that she had been away from home from
I,
us
I,
outside of a family member,
I
maybe her
really
Very
can't
grandma or
believe
the
they
homesick.
still
grandpa.
got Cam Smith, son. I really can't.
Yeah, yeah, but and the thing about it is I'm kind of glad she actually went by herself. Now, my wife is supposed to go, but ended up having to cancel at the last minute. And yeah, I'm kind of glad she went by herself because she really enjoyed herself. You know what I'm saying? She came home super excited. She did really well at the camp, and we had some other parents that we knew that were chaperones, so we were a little bit more comfortable. I still air tagged her while she was gone, so just in case I could go rolling and looking for people. So I mean, I think all in all, it was a really good week. I will say that just this mental health check-in definitely helped the lows not become as low as what they could have been, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I sat back and reminded myself that, you know what I mean, for every peak there's a valley. So when I was in that valley, I kind of reminded myself that it's temporary. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And that kind of helped me a lot throughout the week. So
Absolutely.
I would say I'm still hovering at a 7.5.
Nice. Nice.
Yep.
Matt, how you feeling, brother?
Man, doing okay, man. I'm gonna say I'm around the same as last week. I'm still sitting around that 7.5, 8. I still got a road to climb, man. It's real hard. I ain't gonna say it's hard to be at a 10, but a 10 is at the top, and I'm definitely not at the top of the scale, you know what I mean? But I'm not feeling bad. Still in a little bit of a, I don't know, I guess like a holding pattern, running in place, like trying to find my stride for some things that I want to do or got going on. Trying to get back consistent with my workout and exercise because that helps me with how I'm feeling on a daily basis. But
Oh
overall, I
yeah.
say, man, I'm feeling pretty good. You know what I mean? I'm at that 7.5, 8, which isn't bad. I'm above, you know what I mean? I'm not 5'6", so I'm not down there like where I'm depressed or complacent, but I'm definitely got some room to where I can be feeling better. I'm not ecstatic. I'm not ecstatic every morning. You know what I mean? It take a little bit of work to get going. Like I'm not at when I'm at my 10, I hop up out the bed excited every morning. I'm not that's where I need to get to. I'm not there right now. I ain't you know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, fellas, y'all know for a while I've been kind of low, so I'm getting higher and higher, and I realized that I think I told y'all last week, but this week it's been a complete week of me. I took custody of my niece and nephew. Their mom's going through some things. I'm helping her get through what she went through, and I before this, it was really heavy on my heart. And now that they're here with me and I know that they're safe and I don't have to worry about anything, I've been a lot better. Like I wasn't sleeping, I was having issues and this, that, and other. But now I would say my number is about, I say last week I was at 8.5. I say I'm about I say 8.7, 8.8 right now, because I mean, this week has been excellent, even though it has been trying because one of them is 1.5, but she is exceptional. So I love her, and my nephew who's 17 has been really helping out in positive and this, that, and other, just about getting him back in school because we had big issues with his school. So I say right now I'm about an 8.8. I'm excited about getting him back in school and getting them working on the path. I plan on keep having custody for the next 6 months. So I'm hoping that everything will work out the way we're planning it to work out, and with God and prayer and this, that, and the other, it should. So, but I mean, since I've had him here, I've definitely slept better. I've definitely been more excited to get up, and I ain't got no choice because a 1.5-year-old don't want to hear you tired. So I've definitely been getting up and still trying to work out and do my walking. I try to take the walks in the afternoon, even though I haven't been doing it as much as I really want to, but I'm gonna get back into it. But positivity has been the thing that we've been preaching all this week, that nothing about this is negative. We're all working to make sure that it's positive for everybody. And I believe, like you said, Vance, when you're down in that, you got to remember nothing lasts forever, that there's going to be peaks and valleys. Eventually, no matter how high you get, eventually something's going to be a bump in the road. So it's just about remembering that, there's all that nothing lasts forever, and then it'll come back. And that is something that we always preach on this show with our Twitch mental health check-in, just making sure everybody's good. And like I said, if you don't talk to somebody, if you're not talking to a therapist, which we believe in, talk to your friends, talk to somebody, because whenever you're down, man, you really need to work it out and have positive people around you to get back high again. So, ladies, that's ours. You see how it's done. I'm gonna go ahead and go to you, Lashanya. Let you go ahead and give your mental health check-in and tell me how you feel.
Let's see. Let me see if I can pick a number. I'll go with 8. I feel like that's a good number to start with, because like you were saying, you don't want to say 10, because I always want to feel like my better days are ahead of me. Like today is not the best day, so I can't give it a 10. My tomorrow might be better. My next month might be better. So I'll give it an 8. I had pretty a stressful week at work, in terms of just like I had a lot of deadlines and just kind of felt a little overwhelmed, but I'm always trying to achieve balance. I think balance is important in life in general, whether it's, making sure you balance your family, whether you balance your health and physical wellness, and just having a balance of all those things. So I just made sure I took time out. I made it a point. I had tickets to go see Janelle Monáe. I was almost like, plans kind of got changed up. I almost didn't go, but then I kind of just forced myself to go, and it ended up being an amazing show over at SoFi Stadium. Yeah. So I got to see SoFi. Like, it was a really dope experience.
I think
so I'm glad
do a great show. How was the show? The show was everything you thought it was going to be?
Phenomenal. It was way better than I thought. Like, Janelle Monáe, I always thought like she's a better performer than she is a singer, but her voice is actually exceptional live. Like, she had a great show. And then I got to, chill on the weekend. I live in wine country. So like, Rodney, I know I used to live in San Diego, but I moved kind of in between San Diego and LA so that I could be a little closer to my friends in LA and still. What's that?
To the vineyards? You want to be closer?
Yeah,
I'm
in the vineyards. I'm in Temecula, is the name of the city.
Okay.
Look, we're not keeping that joke going. Yes,
I'm just saying.
Yeah. I was about to, but I'm gonna let you go.
So one of my really good friends came down from LA, and we went to one of the wineries and did like a wine tasting and had like a relaxing Sunday fun day. So I'll give it an 8. I got to kind of balance, even though my work week was stressful, I got to balance it out with some enjoyable experience and some times with friends. So that was good. I'll give it an 8.
Excellent. Yeah. Did you keep the wine down this time?
I did. I kept it at an acceptable level.
I'm proud. No, I'm talking about you didn't end up in anybody's back seat or out on the curb later.
Rodney, absolutely not. You know me better than that.
Hey, I don't know. I can get your brother on here. He'll tell a different story. Anyway, Tanya, how you doing today, Tanya? You mind? Let's get your mental health check-in. Give us a number between 0 and 10. Let us know how you feel.
I'm gonna give myself a 7.
Say 7?
And the reason why I say a 7 is, yeah, a 7. Like Matt mentioned, the whole getting up in the morning thing. I'm not your girl for that. Like, if you let me lay in the bed all day, at least till noon, I will. I'll be up, but I just want to, in a type of mood, not in a funk, but in a Especially I got bad news last week about a young man that grow up thriving, being a young father. He acted violence. So that kind of was a damper in my week. Work is work. It's busy. It's our now working, so busy traveling and doing things like that for work. Far as my business, that's also been a part of the play. Just sorting out different issues with my business partner since it's a new venture for both of us. Just learning the ins and outs and going along with everything, trying, working things out with the business, and everything is all right. I have no other complaints. Those are my main complaints. And it wasn't really that, but yeah, that's just why my week is a 7 right now. That's why I'm rating me a 7.
Okay, well, we might have to work on your internet because it's about a 4. I appreciate you, love you, but we're gonna work on it. This one, I don't know if you need to get closer to the router or what you're doing. I want everybody to hear what you're saying and hear your story. So it's I don't know if it's something we can do. Hold on, we're gonna try something new real quick because like I said, we on this new platform, so I think I can figure it out. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and. All right, we're back. We had a little screen check. Now we got our girl Tanya looking good on the screen. Can hear it clearly because I definitely wanted to hear her story and make sure that everybody else hears the story because I know she has a lot to say, especially coming from conversation with no manners. I definitely checked out this episode about sex too. We'll get into we'll talk about that a little bit later. But we're gonna go into our interview portion of the show. Like I said, this week we're discussing relationships, and there was something that came out with Jada and Will. Jada is now doing her book tour. She's running around doing these interviews, and I had a little something that I want to show everybody and our guests that she said. I want to see if it's true. But before we get into that, I got a question for our ladies, and just to get an idea of where they're at and what they're thinking. So before we go to, I'm just curious, what is your ideal relationship? What are you looking for right now while you're out there? Whoever wants to go first.
I'll jump in.
And
that's to answer your question. The first thing I did was throw away my list. I threw it away instead of looking for, like the check boxes. I'm looking for a feeling. So I would say what I'm looking for is happiness. I'm looking for someone that makes me happy. That spending time around them calms my nervous system. Like they feel like home, and I feel safe, and I feel comfortable. So that's really like what I'm looking for. Just happiness, joy, and someone that I can connect with in an authentic way. The check boxes where they have to be this and make this much money and work here and do this and do. Got rid of it. Because that's all, surface level.
Once we have male, an authentic
connection. Huh?
Are we going male, female, or my daughter says some people identify as unicorns? Like, I'm just curious.
I mean, that would apply to anybody. Whatever. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, that would apply to anybody, right. I would say.
All right, Tanya, what about you?
Well, for me, like I said, I've done the love thing before. So right now I'm kind of looking for 2 boyfriends.
Okay.
Jokingly, but never jokingly. I mean, if I find love again, true love, then yeah, I'm with it. But right now, I'm out here playing the field.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. All right, so we'll get into this Jada interview. I'm gonna put it on the screen real quick, and then we'll discuss what y'all think about that.
Well, I'm be honest with you. There are aspects of traditional relating that absolutely work. But I think in this day and age, I don't know too many marriages that are traditional. I really don't. Everybody is trying to figure it out, right? And I think everybody's so scared to talk about all of the different ways that they're trying to figure it out. I know so many people who are like married, but not living together, married, but have decided to have other partners. I know so many people and have for a long time that are trying marriage in so many different forms. And my whole thing is figure it out for you. Marriage is not a cookie cut out like formula. Besides, I do think that there's some staples. Love. But even that, let me take that out for a second. There's some people who are married strictly for business purposes. I've seen that too. As long as there's agreement between two people and how they decide they want to be together, stay out of it. It has nothing to do. I tell people all the time, don't look at my marriage as being contagious. Whatever I'm doing doesn't mean you got to be doing that. You got to be doing the thing that works for you. And I feel like every partnership, two people have the right to figure that out for them.
Okay, so now we've heard that. Now, the thing that I was curious about, and the reason why I wanted to have this episode is because I myself have been married 18 years. I know my co-hosts here have been married for many, many years, and we're not out there in the scene and the dating and this, that, and the other. And I am very proud to say.
You said how many years you been married?
I said 18. No, I'm sorry, 23.
I was about to say
18 in my. I had 18 in my mind because I know you guys have been married 18 and plus.
Yeah, I was about to say, anyway, I know y'all had got
I've been married 23, and dating has been a long time for me, and even a relationship other than mine. And I'm willing to admit that I am in a very traditional marriage. Unfortunately, I am so selfish in my marriage that I don't even like it when my wife laughs at another man's joke. If the nigga cracks a joke and she laughs too hard, I'm looking at her sideways like Ike Turner on What's Love Got to Do with It. I'm like, oh, that shit wasn't that funny. Like, goddamn, you all right over there? So, I don't understand anything. I don't understand anything she just put out there. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that. And I want to first, before y'all say what y'all got to say, and I get into the question, I'm just curious, Matt and Vance, how did y'all feel about that when you hear this?
Oh, I go first. I would say I actually agree with what she's saying. And the reason why I say that is because I always had the thing is you got to do what works for your household. Everybody marriage isn't going to be the same. You know what I mean? And if you got to understand it with your wife and this is how y'all live and that's what y'all do. Because I know some other marriages, it might not work. They might try to make it work, but they got friends outside. You know what I mean? They got male friends, female friends, and that's just what they've done. You know what I mean? Then another.
Don't talk about their marriage. Tell me about yours. Is that
that's
your
what I'm
marriage
saying.
is?
That's what I was saying. I agree with what she's saying, but my marriage
Okay.
that wouldn't work in my household. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what we do, but I can't say that that's wrong. You know what I mean? What she's saying is wrong, but yeah, we don't do that around here. But you know what I mean? But you got to do what works for your household. You know what I mean?
You say I love that for you.
Yeah.
No, I get that. I love that for somebody else too. I just know it wouldn't work for me. I'm just, whatever anybody else do, I really don't care. But
that's
I'm
why I
just
said I agree. But that's what she said though.
What's the norm?
She said do what works for you.
To me, she tried to make it seem like it's the norm. Like everybody's out here doing that. And
Now, I ain't get
that's
that.
where I was. That's where I was a little bit confused. But
Now, I didn't get that from what she was
all right.
saying.
But now
She
y'all
was
can
like,
tell me. So go ahead,
yeah.
Lashanya.
Well,
You look like you got something to say.
so I was gonna. We kind of touched on this a little earlier. Rodney, they Hollywood. That is not real life. That is a bubble. Hollyweird. They call it that for a reason. Their reality is not reality. You know what I mean? Like you said, they're regular people, so they're living life and it's real, and that's their reality. But that's not the same thing. How they're living is not, and the people that they're around, they're not doing the same thing that somebody that lives in Upper Marlboro does. It's a completely different life. They're looking for two completely different things, and they're surrounded by two completely different types of people. So, like, it makes in her bubble that may seem like the norm, but you got to remember, you have to keep it in
What
context.
about you,
It's
Coach?
the norm
Yeah.
for them in Hollywood.
The thing of, I think, yeah, I missed what she was saying. I mean, all she said was marriage was between two people, and they need to figure out how their marriage works,
They agree.
which is every marriage.
I agree.
Like, and
Or
that's
relationship.
that's
Or
all
relationship.
that's all she said. All she said was marriage is between two different people. In my household, there may be stipulations of love. In some households, there may not be stipulations of love. But the bottom line is marriage is between two different people. Whatever those stipulations are determined by those two different people, which is essentially what Matt said, and essentially what everybody else is saying. It's like, in all honesty, and I agree with what you said about the bubble, it may look different in Jada's environment than what it looks in ours. It may look different in my environment than what it looks in Matt's or yours. So what she's saying isn't wrong. I think oftentimes we get caught up in comparing our marriage with everybody else's marriage. Which, in all honesty, I'll be straight up with you. I don't care how Matt runs his household because I'm not in Matt's marriage. I don't care how you run your household, right? And that's really what Jada is indirectly saying.
Yep.
People are blowing it up to make it seem like, oh my goodness, she's living this way and they're living that way. Well, all she said was, "Will work for me and Will may not work for y'all,
Yeah.
and I don't care."
Yeah. And they, like you said, they are in that bubble, the celebrity, and it's different because everything gets magnified because they are celebrities. So it's on Front Street, you know what I mean? Like what Will did, that was on the front, you know what I mean, all over the joy. You know how you felt about that joy, Rodney, when he did that. You wasn't even watching Will movies no more.
Nah, I wasn't.
You know what I mean? So
For no reason.
Nah,
you
nah.
know what I
Because,
mean?
Because
So
hey,
in
because
all honesty,
it's
it
a
don't
reason. I
matter.
can have my reasons. Now I got my own reasons.
so
But
some
I mean,
people, so it's
hold on.
just
Let's go.
it's magnified.
All right, Tanya. Let's go to you. Let's see what do you think about what she said?
I agree and I disagree.
Uh-huh.
I definitely agree with the part when she's, mentioned what works for my marriage may not work for your marriage. I completely agree with that because that's in any relationship. Things that I may tolerate and deal with, you may not tolerate and deal with, and that's fine. You are allowed to do what you want to do and create your own rules in your own relationship. Um, and where I disagree is when she said most marriages aren't traditional. I'm not married, so I really can't speak on that, but I do have a lot of people who are married around me and they have traditional marriages.
Yeah.
So that part I kind of disagree with her on. But I also do have a few married people who do not have a traditional marriage. So
And yeah, and that's what. And the problem I had a problem. Like I don't have a problem with her marriage. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter to me. The thing is, but when you put yourself out in this situation, like for instance, I put myself out in this podcast. When people come and talk to me about the podcast and things I say, I am free to whatever they say to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care. You're not going to hurt my feelings. Number one, and number two, I'm okay with it because I decided to put myself out there like that. Now the other thing is that is she's putting herself out there, so you got to take what comes with it. But the problem I had, like I said, was her make, to me, it was like she was trying to make her marriage normal by saying, oh, everybody's doing, they're out here living in separate houses. They're out here doing this. They're out here doing that. And to me, that was the problem, because I believe, and this is only what I believe, like you said, Tanya, I have a lot of friends who are married and they have traditional marriages. Now, I do know of a couple that started off in love and they're now together as a business, because they started off businesses together. So now it becomes more business involved than it is love, but they're still together because of it. And they have their own agreements, which, I don't care. That's still the same thing Vance says. I don't give a shit what they do in their household. But I don't think it is as normal as she tried to rationalize it. And that was the thing that kind of got me to want to have the conversation. But now the question I have for you two ladies is this. You're currently active dating. Is that type of relationship being presented to you a lot? Or is it a traditional relationship? Is somebody coming to you like, oh, I want an open marriage. I want this. Or I want a person that's going to be a business partner. Or, I want us to live two different households, but we have a relationship together. Is that something that is presented to you often? Or is that something that you thought of or you even want? That's my question to y'all ladies.
Well, for me, I have hypothetically presented having open relationships with a few males, and they're not with this shit. They're just not with it. They are traditional.
You was a little more jealous.
Yeah, I'm the one who's more open for the open relationship thing. But most males, when I run that question across them, they're, like I said, they're not with the shits at all. So, but no one has ever ran that past me at all.
So what is the open relationship to you? When
That's
you
what I was about
present that
to
to them.
Basically, I'm seeing more than one person at the time. So if I have boyfriend A and boyfriend B, both parties know of one another. They don't have to know each other, but they do know of one another. Being open and honest up front, no secrets held back.
Well, my question to you is, when did that not become dating?
Yeah,
when does that become a relationship? To me, that's dating.
It is considered dating, but in some people's eyes, it's not. It's you're
very
being
true.
open.
See, that's what you got to make clear though. Are you dating or are you in a relationship? So some people think once you start dating, I ain't been on the scene in forever, but like they think once you start dating, you in a relationship. You know what I mean? You go out on the street like, nah, bro, like, you know what I mean? Like that ain't it. So I think y'all gotta have an understanding, you know what I mean, in both parties, because once you are in a relationship, I'm trying to figure out like what would be the benefit of an open relationship other than, you know what I mean, you want
your cake and eat.
You want two pipes at the same time, like, you know what I mean, like, you want, like I'm trying to figure out, like, you know what I mean, like,
and nothing's wrong with that though. Nothing's wrong with
I'm
that.
Absolutely
I'm not saying that like she can't decide which one she want, you know what I mean, like or one guy is offering something and you're not trying to commit on either side right now, but like you said, that's dating though, you know what I mean, like, and
maybe you just don't want a commitment in general.
That's what I mean. That's dating, you know. So you don't have to put a label on that you're in a relationship. You know, it's just y'all friends.
I think Tanya's saying that.
I think that's what it used to be called.
You
friends
date
with
her,
benefits,
they want to hurry
right?
up and put a relationship label on it. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, some. Yeah, some in my phone. They definitely want to put the relationship title, and I'm like, no, thank you, not right now. Now, don't get me wrong. Do I want a companion? Yes, I do. Don't get me wrong. I definitely want a companion, but I also want another one too. So I kind of want two of them.
Yep. And so, okay, so Rodney, to answer your question in terms of like dating now, and especially, look, how old were you when you met Vicky? 16, 15?
16 and a half.
What you're looking for as a 16-year-old or even as a 20-year-old is not the same thing that you're looking for as somebody in their 40s. You know what I mean? And being single. When you're that young, and you're looking for a partner, like you're looking for someone to start life with and have a
to
family
grow
with
together.
and start.
Grow together.
I'm 44. Life is lifing. I'm already
Yeah.
like I've lived.
You already
I'm
in motion. That's the
living.
same thing I was saying, Rodney. Yeah, it's different. It's
So
different.
people
It's
have
hard for us
all.
to
So
see.
people are coming into the dating experience from all different types of angles. Like there are people like there's men that are like, I got out of a marriage. If that's marriage, I don't want it again. It was horrible. I'm glad I made it out with my sanity. I want to date and I want companionship, but I don't ever want to be married again. I understand that. I've met men that are like, I got out of a marriage and it was wonderful. Like it didn't work with my ex-wife, but I function better in a marriage, in a partnership, and they want to get married again right away so they can feel like they're at their best. That I understand that too. There's some men that are like, I'm an eternal bachelor. I'm never going to get married. I like open relationships. I want multiple partners. Okay, I understand that too. So like people, especially at this age, there's so much, so many different perspectives. Yeah,
I
background.
think it's a big difference between relationships and marriage.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's where you gotta understand the discussion, because an open relationship it is what it is. You're not legally married, nothing of that nature. A open marriage is completely different than an open relationship.
Yeah,
So you got to identify what we're actually talking about.
I'm gonna make a comment
We're
on
talking
that.
about relationships right now. We're talking about
Yeah, we're talking about relationships, but it's I think it's about the agreement, because we had this discussion before, how we talked about business. Well, I was saying is how business is, marriage is a partnership or it's a business. And I was saying the reason why it is such, because once you do legally get married, then you got that paperwork, it changes things. But you could be in a relationship and still be in a committed relationship and act as if you're married and still be in a committed relationship where y'all not seeing nobody else doing the same thing without the merge title on it. The merge title just actually is for legal things. You know what I mean? You put the title on is like, so somebody got attached to you. But back in the day, people were married successfully without having a marriage certificate. You know what I mean? They might have did some type of ritual, jumped the broom or did something, but you didn't get the government involved. So like merge to me is honestly still just, a title that we use, but you could be in a committed relationship, being, with one person. I'm not sure the word, you being monogamous or whatever, with one person and not be married. You know what I mean? So I don't, marriage is just another stage, you know what I mean? But you don't have to be married, man, to be in a committed relationship. You know what I mean? So
I didn't.
Marriage and relationship does go hand in hand, but you got to have a relationship with your spouse. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? That marriage is just a piece of paper, to be honest, because most people don't value their marriage. Marriage is just a marriage certificate. It's only marriage if the two people, you know what I mean, act as such.
I've seen the other end of that spectrum too, and I think this may be a generational thing. Rodney, have you ever seen my dad? Actually, maybe you have. But anyway, the point I'm getting to, I've only seen my parents together in the same room maybe 3 times in my life. They're still technically married. They've been separated for 44 years, 45
we talked about that on another episode. Yeah, it was like, they used to they sleep, but they didn't want the family to know. Exactly. They was buried for the kids.
They're not gonna go and get divorced, but they're just living completely separate lives. Like, I think that may be a generational thing as well. Yeah. I can't call it, but
it definitely does. Like, it was a different commitment because they knew financially it makes sense. It was just different. Nowadays, man, somebody get married, they married the husband like his ex-girlfriend's picture. She ready to get divorced. Like, like people get like they flimsy out here. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people can't even really deal with their issues and communicate to be able to work through serious issues before they ready to get divorced, or I'm about to go on a tangent, or they go talk to their girlfriend who not married, who and they getting relationship advice from her ass, and you go spilling the beans to her, and she like, oh girl, and then she like, go girl, go put your fucking dress on. We going out tonight. Fuck that nigga. We you know what I'm saying? So we just like the times we in is just totally different. Like back then, they had solid friends. Like, girl, you better hold them down. Like, do this, like
no
make your
social
house
media. I'm assuming all of you all got married before social media was.
Yeah,
I mean, I think Matt, to your point, I understand that marriage is a legal certificate, but legal ties change decision making.
It definitely does.
Right.
So
it's definitely a big difference between a marriage relationship and a committed relationship. There is a real big difference between those two.
But that's why I say it's more when it's more of a business from that, because now you're in a contract. It's almost like I signed a contract with a business partner that I'm going to do this and XYZ. So now it becomes
this is the question, right? So this is what the two partners should discuss.
Yeah, I agree.
Now we're going to that. Let me ask you this.
Side of it.
So ultimately, do you feel a non-traditional relationship or a non-traditional marriage can work? Will these relationships last to where you're talking about, I've been with them for 50 years? Like, can these relationships last until then?
Why wouldn't it?
I believe
relationship.
I mean, hey dog, like mine and your relationship been lasting since we was 4.
Yeah, but that
like the
relationship.
Confused.
Hold on.
No, the relationship
what y'all trying to say? Hold up.
I'm lost too. I'm talking about a different kind.
What I'm trying to say is the relationship is determined.
I don't know
by
what
the
sandbox you was playing in, but I'm not about that sandbox, dog. We can keep this
one
so different,
man. Like
go ahead, coach.
That's why we not live,
I love you, brother.
right?
I love
that's
you,
why
brother.
we not live.
Yeah. But Rodney,
I can say that shit.
Understand. Anyway. Like, here's the deal, right? Like, the relationship between two different people is what it is, right? That agreement can last however long they choose for it to last.
But when you start bringing in other people into your relationship,
that's
to me. That to me, it can never stand. I don't know. I mean, and I'm only giving my opinion.
To you.
I'm saying to me. So I'm
that's his opinion.
Yeah, I'm just curious how does
that work? I would say it like I'm gonna bring this into it, and this is definitely, I guess.
Okay, go ahead, man.
Oh, my fault. I ain't mean to cut you off, Ron.
I want to hear Lashanya. I want to hear Lashanya. I want to hear Tanya. I want to hear. I just said I made my statement. My statement is I don't understand how that. Now, have y'all been in a non-traditional relationship where it worked, or you really thought it worked, or how? What
I haven't been in one. I haven't been in one. I'm not opposed to it, but I haven't been in one.
Tanya,
you know of one?
I haven't been in one. That I know of. I don't say that. No. My knowledge. Yeah, no. Every relationship I've been in has been traditional.
But you trying to try something new now.
But you're open to trying to, and I respect that.
I'm definitely open. I'm definitely open to trying something new.
Yeah, I'm like, clearly whatever I've been doing hasn't been working. Maybe I need to open myself up.
What do you say clearly what you're able to do is what are you working towards? Are you working towards the traditional, or are you working towards whatever?
I'm working towards partnership.
There you go. Okay.
I'm working towards partnership.
That's what I was about to say, partnership. Because I'm gonna say I'm not sure how I would be if I was single at my age. Like, to be honest, you know what I mean? Because I am who I am at this day and age, you know what I'm saying? And my wife knows me, and she's able to deal with my bullshit. And I ain't like I'm a certain type of way. And I'm not sure how it would be if another woman would actually put up with some of my ways, but she, we've been with each other since, 17, 18. We've been married for about to be
Here we
20
go.
years. We've been
Yes,
together
Matt.
since
We know you
98.
are her knight in shining armor. Yes, Matt. We know
Yeah,
that
I'm just
already.
saying. It's not
A
Matt,
dream
we
so.
come
don't
true
gotta
is
talk
what she
about
quoted.
a dream
Yeah.
come true. We know
Yeah.
you're the greatest nigga on earth.
Nah,
You don't
nigga,
have to
nah.
remind
See,
us
I
again.
hey,
Jesus
Don't get jealous,
Christ.
Rodney. Vicky says the same thing about you.
One episode, and now this nigga think he just the shit.
that ain't even what I'm saying though, Roddy. I'm I'm saying that shit like from the aspect like I wouldn't like because I know I'm not perfect. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And she
Nobody
is able to deal with it and through all of my mistakes or whatever, she still, you know what I mean, don't throw it in my face. She hold me. I'm not sure how I would have been with if I didn't meet her, you know what I mean? Because yeah,
That's
I'm
life.
like, that's all I can say. Like she was a blessing for me because she helps me be the better person that I can be because she not confrontational. Like we'd be arguing like a motherfucker if she was confrontational because it just but she not
She
with that.
balances you out.
Yeah,
Well,
she
I mean,
balances
so
me
I
out.
think that's a good point. I think the problem is in dating now, and I think that's why a lot of these bro podcasts, like your Kevin Samuels, why they've gotten so popular, is because people don't want to take the time to get to know people, right? So instead of meeting someone and you're trying to figure out, okay, what is this person? What are they looking for? What do they want? Are we compatible? You want to come and approach somebody and already have them figured out. Oh, you're 35. You have 2 baby daddies. You're a throwaway woman. You know what I mean? Like, talk to her. You don't know what her situation
Yeah,
is. There's a
yeah.
story. This is a person. You know what I mean? Or like, oh, you don't make 6 figures. You're not a high value man. Get out of my face. Like, talk to him. Maybe he's in transition and is about to start his own business and he's about to, but like, people don't really take the time to really understand and communicate and figure out what it is and how they can connect, right? And I think that's why I love so much what Jada said, is because before you can even come to an arrangement, you have to take the time to get to know the other person that you're even dealing with. So that's why I'm like, I agree with Jada. I feel like out here, what you have to do is because no 2 people are alike. No 2 people want and need the same things in a partner or a spouse, husband, wife, whatever. So figuring out what you want and then figuring out what the other person wants, and if that's a match, that's all you can do. That's really all you can't. There is no cookie cutter, because if you try to do what someone else is doing, you're not them.
Nah, it's 2 totally different dynamics that
Totally
you
different
up.
people.
Everybody's relationship is going to be different from the next person. So that's why, like,
I
going back to
also
the
believe
original.
that the older you get, the less you tolerate, right?
That part.
So I
Yeah, yes, you
mean,
tolerate. Yeah, I would say so. I find myself to be a little more patient as I got older, but you already know what you like and what you're gonna
Because
go
the other
for.
person has to tolerate your shit, Matt. That's the reason why you patient.
Well,
Hey,
well,
I'm
so
messing
I
with you.
mean,
Nah,
just
that's
think
for
about if
me.
you were single.
Hey,
If
I'm
you were
telling you,
single,
right now, if I was single, ain't nobody gonna tolerate my shit. I'd be the worst nigga on earth. Y'all ain't want to mess with me. Hey, especially, hey, if me and Vicky ended up like after all this time and we ended on the wrong terms, oh nah, there wouldn't be a woman that can handle my shit. I'd be the worst nigga in the world. I'll tell you that right now.
and
I
that's
wouldn't
what the dating
care.
pool is full
but
I'd
of
be
so
right now.
Rod,
hard.
I guess also though, Rod, like the thing about it is if that did happen, like what relationship would you even be looking for at that point?
That's a good question.
A business one. I'll tell you that right off the break. She got something I want, and I got money. There you go. That's as simple as it's gonna be. Simple as it's gonna be. I don't want
That's
none of
what
that. I don't want none of that cuddling. I don't want none of that dating. I don't want none of that shit. It's gonna be strictly business. I leave the money
that
on the
doesn't sound
nightstand
traditional to me,
and keep it
Rodney.
moving. Hey, I'm
he's
just saying.
saying, hey,
I'm just
Man,
being
it's
honest.
a
You
valid
asked the
question.
question. I'm telling you
he's
right
gonna
now.
need his
That's
needs
exactly.
fulfilled.
Yeah, I
Hey,
don't
and
got
that's what
other than that.
that's what some marriages are. Like you said, it could be an agreement. A lot of people, that's exactly what it's about.
What it
Man,
is.
yeah.
Yep. And that's what dating in this age bracket is like. You come across a man that's, come out of a marriage and he's like, I'm not trying to do all that. You know, like I'm just trying to have my needs met. So you have to figure that out too. Like making sure we're on the same page because it's a woman for him. It's somebody that just wants to meet his needs and go on about her business. There's somebody out there for him too. But it's not me.
Marriages, especially with the once you bring that paperwork in it, going back like marriage is a business arrangement. There's people who get married for a lot of reasons other than what we talking about. Like people get married for health insurance benefits. People get married to you know to become legal citizens. They pay and they get married for a lot of different reasons other than that. And they you know what I mean and so it's definitely a agreement, and that's what works for them. They not even thinking about love, thinking about being together, but they like, all right, we trying to do this, and if we was married, we look better on paper together. So let's go ahead and do that. And is that wrong? You know what I mean? Are they wrong for using marriage for financial gain?
It's none of my business.
Part of the play. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's none of my business.
What it is.
Yeah. Well, now let's go. So we kind of got into it a little bit, and I'm just curious. Do you think that social media is encouraging the hype for more non-traditional relationships and marriage? Do you think that, like you even said, like Lashanya said earlier, that with social media, a person thinks they can know you within seconds? Like they go on your page, look through your Facebook, and be like, "Oh, he likes puppies and traveling." You know,
social media to blame for everything.
Well, I'm just asking. I said, does it encourage? So, Tanya, I'm just curious to you. When you start dating a gentleman, do you go on the social media page? Do you look for those things, or do you?
You bet they do.
You can tell by the response. You already know what she's doing.
I'm going on social media. I'm going on case search. I'm doing it all.
Googling the Bama background check.
Right.
I'm doing a background check because my thing is dating now in my 40s. As it was mentioned earlier, my tolerance for bullshit is 0 to none. Like things I've been through in my past, I can no longer tolerate in present day. So, with
that's growth, though. Of course, you're not not the same person.
Yeah. So, the social media thing, it's out of pocket. It's out of hand. I definitely blame it for a lot of problems. You got the groupies, you got the let me just heart it just because, or make a flirty comment just because to piss his spouse off, and
but that's because I think it holds too much weight. It's a tool, and it's crazy that you said that. We've had an issue when somebody was on another podcast that I was on, and somebody under the page put like those little hardy comments under the joint for a podcast, and then he ended up getting into it, you know what I mean, with his significant other. He like, I don't even know who this chick is.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying, but his significant other, like whatever, like who, like why was he was like, I don't know. Like she a fan of the podcast. He said, but she could have been attracted to me, but I don't know her though. You know what I'm saying? Right. And he was like basically like took the joint down and wanted to be untagged with it just because it brought shit to him. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like,
yeah, I mean, I understand that to a certain extent, right? You know what I'm saying? You don't want your name on something, you don't want your name on something, but I think that social media is
that emoji shouldn't hold that much weight, though, boy.
But you got to understand the maturity level of people in this world, right? So some people aren't confident in themselves. Social media is what created the lack of it. It creates self-esteem issues, positive and negative, right? And it creates insecurity issues, positive and negative, right? So like that. Nowadays, even if I was single, I wouldn't even be on social media, bro. Like if I was single, I wouldn't be on social media. I'm married in the morning, and y'all, Matt, Rodney, y'all follow me. Y'all see how much stuff I actually ever post, right?
Why wouldn't
But
you be on it if you were single though?
for what?
That's a red flag in itself. If let me
no,
ask our
Yeah.
it really isn't.
Tanya, if y'all dating a dude and you can't find him on social media at all, would
Well,
that
I don't
concern
go
you or no?
So okay, so this is another thing too. Y'all probably don't even know this, but people exchange social medias like phone numbers.
Yeah, that's
right?
what it
Instead
is.
of
It's your
saying,
IG. That's
"Hey,
all they
here's my
doing. Ain't
yeah,
nobody
what's your
giving out no phone
IG?"
number, man. It's
They're not
IG.
talking
That's
about
fine.
phone numbers
Hey,
anymore.
dog,
Like
then
the
I
first thing
just
they
won't
give you
be.
is their IG, right? Or like their whatever their platform of choice is, right?
Mhm.
So I don't go searching necessarily for people's like their social media accounts, but like if they were like, "Oh yeah, I don't even do social media," it would be a little bit of I'd be like, "Okay, was he married for real? Like, why can't he show his
Yeah,
life?
exactly. See,
What's going
See,
on?" That would be a
insecurity.
red flag for
It
me.
like
and I know some people. I know
insecurity.
some dudes who
Instantly.
who still don't do
I
social
know
media.
dudes that are single. I know a lot of dudes that don't do it that are single and they're in their 30s and 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm saying is like they think the nigga trying to hide something if he
See,
not doing it.
insecurity, bro. It's instant. It
It's
Yep.
creates
just
an
my
instant.
thoughts
But
on that.
I would say though, like honestly, nowadays giving your social media is giving more than if it was if you was just giving your phone number. Because
I
now
agree.
they know where
I
you
agree.
at. You giving them like back in the day, we just give them the number. You can either answer the phone,
Giving them
didn't
history.
answer the call, but now they got your social media, and it's you can't give them the wrong social media because they're like, "What's your
But
IG?" They right in front of you. They already see your
but you know,
shit. You know what I'm saying? So now oh yeah, let me get that follow. You know what I mean? But now it's like so now they clocking you. They in your DM and you like.
but you know what it does?
I ain't
If
trying to delete my social media joint because this where everybody you got all your followers on it, so you're not
that's the
gonna delete
business,
the
yeah,
joint.
I'm with you with the business. But you know what not having social media does? It makes you get to know a person.
Absolutely.
Say that again.
Can't make
Say that
assumptions.
again. Yeah, you might have to say that one again. Hold
I
on. Just
said I
say
said
it
not
here in the
having
back.
not having social media makes you have to get to know the person.
Yeah,
Okay.
because so what you saying is basically
Oh, now we hold on. I got a quick question, Matt. So, ladies, have you ever not dated a guy because you saw his social media and was like,
I
"Oh,
bet.
nah"?
No. But I've had
Okay,
that
just
happen to
curious.
me,
Oh, okay.
which was
Well, then,
crazy.
I'm curious. Go ahead. Tell us the
Oh,
story.
so the guy found my Instagram because you know how like Instagram can be linked up to your phone number. So in giving him my
Yeah.
phone number, he found my Instagram account, and
Oh, he
I'm
was
old.
searching.
So like I don't delete old posts. I know that that's kind of like the thing to do now. Like you know people want to keep their content fresh, so they delete stuff after a certain
Yeah, I
time
don't do
limit or
that either.
whatever. But I have stuff. If you go back to my Instagram, like you'll see pictures from when I first started Instagram. So like, and I'm not petty. Like one of my exes, like I have pictures of him up, and I didn't delete it. Like we didn't end on bad terms, so I still have the pictures and stuff up. So there's evidence that I was in another relationship. Duh, I'm 44. Of course, I was in another relationship.
Yeah.
The guy sees that, but if you look, you can see the dates. It's like 2015, 2016. Clearly, years ago. He calls me, clean out your locker. Clean out your locker. I can see that you got pictures up of this dude from 2016. That's a problem for you? Yeah, you need to clear all that kind of stuff out. Close the book
Yeah.
before you go to the next chapter.
Insecurity.
Yeah,
Okay.
who's scrolling that deep on your
Yeah.
page?
Like, damn.
You back in 2015 on my page, cuz like, hold up, man. What's like
I'm like, it's 2023. What are you Well, actually, it was like maybe 2021 when this happened. I'm like, this was like 6
And
years ago,
and the
7
funny thing
years
is,
ago.
he don't even know who you are.
Exactly. Yep. But that's again, you don't need to. If that's enough to upset you, you're not even worthy of me trying to give you more time and attention and
but
open
that just
myself up
shows,
to you.
man, how much weight people put on this social media, the likes, the attention that you get. You know what I mean? Like your relationship status on there. Like, man, that's I'm glad I didn't grow up in this area because I look at my kids. I'd be like, how you know this person? Oh, I met him on Facebook. I met him on IG.
Ain't
Like,
never
you met
seen
him
him in
on
real
IG.
life.
Yep.
So you don't
social
know this
media is their
motherfucker.
life. You know, we
Like,
know that there's life outside of social media.
Like you don't
After
know
a certain
like,
age, they don't even know their whole life has been lived on.
They believe
social media.
everything on their Instagram is true.
So we have a
that's
reference
just the
point.
same thing. Like we used to meet people. I guess I'm saying like I met my wife though through somebody. It wasn't social media, but I didn't meet her like out somewhere. I bump into her, get her phone number. I met her through my brother. He was talking to her aunt, you know what I'm saying? And I was just happened to be over my brother's house one day, and her aunt, my brother talking to her aunt, she like, hey, my niece over here. Oh, my brother over here, and she put her niece on the phone, you know what I mean? And it happened to be her, and then we get to talking, and I gave her my I had a pager back then. It's like what 97. I give her my like,
hey, hit you on the hip.
Beat me later, hit me up. So she text me late, man. Beat me later that night. I call her, then you know what I mean. So we got to talking and rapping from them. So I guess social media is now like the new that, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't meet
social media is for us Landover Mall. When we used to go down there, you had to have a picture. Yeah, don't worry. I met my wife through somebody too, but I had to tell you that story later.
But that ain't even
That was a perfect segue, right?
Hey, but everybody, but the difference is everybody faking on social media though. They putting their best pictures, their best foot forward.
Pictures with dogs they ain't got.
Where the restaurant they got to go through that one time and they post their joint. They ain't, you know what I mean? But like back then it was like you really got to know somebody. Like, you know what I mean? I ain't even get to see, I didn't even meet her or see her till months. We just was talking on the phone. This was before, like, it wasn't no FaceTime or none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So you got to know somebody differently. Like now you get like, you got FaceTime, you got pictures immediately. It wasn't no, this was 97. So it wasn't no texting. It wasn't no sending pictures or none of that shit on the cell phone. It was like, hey.
All right, so we're going to move on to the next question for the ladies. I'm going to get this strictly to the ladies. So what is the wildest proposition or thing you had to face while you're out there dating? What was the wildest thing that ever happened, or somebody came to you and asked you for something or requested something or said, I'm only doing this? What's the wildest thing you got? Everybody got quiet? Hold on.
I cannot share that on the podcast. That would have to be offline. Go ahead.
Oh, you can talk about a friend then. But go ahead, Tanya. Go ahead. What you got
Make
for
it
us?
PG.
This is an R-rated show.
One guy I was dating, he asked me to sign for a house for him.
Oh shit.
What?
Yeah, that was crazy as hell.
Oh no.
And then got mad at me because I told him no.
What? How long did you know him?
Since the summer, and it was only fall. I knew him for about a good 3-4 months.
Right? That's like 3 months max.
Yeah. So he got mad at me because I didn't want to sign for a house for him after knowing him for like a good 90 days. Like, sir, you just passed probation. Like, let's not do this.
All right. That was the wildest. Did he tell you he had like a Nigerian prince uncle or something trying to get over to the country?
Nah. But he did put his uncle on the phone. On the phone.
The sign for a house. Wow. Okay. That's all right. What about you, Lashanya? Come on, you gotta tell your story now. If you don't tell your story, I'm gonna tell mine. So you better tell yours.
I'm not sharing the story on a podcast. So, but I don't have, outside of that, I don't really have anything. I don't have a whole lot of like horror stories in terms of like wild propositions.
All right, you couldn't even like give us a hint on what it was, like I'm.
You got to go into details. You got.
So I'll speak generally.
There you go.
And I get it. You know, like you see me, you're like, oh, she's never been married, blah 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 blah. I understand that people can kind of be like, okay, what kind of time is she on? Like, what exactly is she looking for? So I've been propositioned by a couple of married couples.
Okay.
Like, she might, since she's not married, she's probably into like, being a little free and
they think you
open
swinging.
Relationship type of thing. Yeah, that type of thing. And I'm like, no, thank you. So this was like that, but to the extreme.
Did that happen once you? Did that happen once you moved out Cali? Was that a Cali thing? Was
no,
that?
this is people in Maryland.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Well, no. The one I'm like the wildest one that was in California.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I want to thank y'all. I appreciate that candid conversation about relationships and things like that, and y'all giving your honest opinion on it. It's still a conversation I definitely enjoyed, and I think our listeners will too. So now we're gonna go into our after interview conversation where we kind of talk about different things. So real quick, I'm just curious because I throw this out to a lot of guests, and I think y'all are the first female guests we actually threw this question out. But this is a dad mentality traditional question, and my thing is this: if you're stuck on an island and you're only allowed to bring 3 albums with you, what would those albums be? Because I'm just curious, because we had the female. I think our wives answered them, but other than that, we haven't had too many females answer that question. So, what would those albums be?
Damn, that's a tough one.
It's the only 3 albums you get to listen to. That's it. Come on, somebody got to give me a good question. Give me a good answer. Can't think of 3 off the top of your head?
No. Can it be like one with multiple artists on it?
No,
it could be a soundtrack
album.
That's
no.
smart.
It could be a soundtrack, but it can't be like the greatest hits of Prince or some shit. It can't be that. It's got to be a strict album with strict,
So I can't
not somebody's compilation.
I can't take the Midnight Soul joint from BET. I can't play that.
Nah, nope.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
What you gonna be doing with Midnight Soul on an island by yourself?
Romancing myself.
Okay.
There you go. Wait, come on now.
This is a tough one.
Yeah, that is a hard one.
All right, I like to throw a little curveball. All right, I'll let y'all think about it. We'll go back to the. I'm gonna go to the other question of the night. Let y'all think about it. You do got to give us 3 albums at the end, so even when other people talking on during this,
we'll
make
circle
sure
back.
you have your 3 albums ready. So, what movie would best describe your relationship that you want to be in or your relationship now? So for us, the dad mentality guys, we're going to talk about our relationships now, and y'all can tell me what relationship you want to be in and what movie best describes it. So if anybody, Vance, y'all ready? Vance and Coach and Matty Ice, are y'all ready with your movie? If not, I'll tell you mine.
Go ahead.
All right, mine is Save the Last Dance. Because, I was from the inner city. My wife was a pastor's daughter. She was all good and goody. And, I introduced her to a new lifestyle that brought her to, something new. And our combination made it so that she was able to go to Juilliard. And that's why I picked Save the Last Dance. Because that is what happened. What do you mean? That's exactly what it was. I'm telling you. My wife was a white girl from Connecticut and shit that came to Harlem and hung out with me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, they far from Nebraska. Wasn't Vicky born in Nebraska?
Yeah, she was. Close.
For real?
And her parents
in Nebraska.
And the thing is, I am her Jay-Z, so she's my Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? I gave her street cred. Before she was singing with Destiny's Child. Talking about say my name and shit like that. But then when she met me, now she talking about egos and shit and talking about, how it is. Because, I gave her street cred. I made her, because she got with the hood dude, she put a nice little blend together. And now she's selling multi-platinum albums. And that's how I feel. That's how my marriage is. And that's how it is. It Save the Last Dance. Thank you very much.
Beyonce was doing her thing with Destiny Child before Jigga came along, man.
Yeah, but she was singing she was singing to the white people. She didn't get no. She wasn't selling out in Harlem. She was selling out in
Jumping
she
Jack
got she got both sides. She's still singing to the white people.
Destiny Child was not for the white people.
I'm just saying that's just, that my wife was the white girl from Connecticut. I met her. And then I gave her street cred. Now she out here slapping. Now she out here don't give a shit, slapping people, doing her shit.
I wonder if Vicky would pick the same movie. I'm very curious to see Vicky's perspective of it.
I'm just telling you what it is, man. She'll watch the show. So yeah, that's Save the Last Dance. Because I want to make sure I ain't pick nothing none of y'all would pick too. So that was the other thing. But Save the Last Dance was my joint, though. I say it as a hood nigga. I loved it. I thought it was a great show, great movie. So there we go. Go ahead. Who's next?
Man, I'm gonna say Bonnie and Clyde, man. That's how I look at us. Like my wife, she got my back, man. She went whatever. If I say let's go this way, even if I may be wrong, she'll let me know later, but she gonna be with it. So I'm gonna say we like a Bonnie and Clyde, man.
I don't know, dog. I think she more the Bonnie and she more the Clyde in that relationship, in my opinion. I'm just saying. That's how I look at it.
Everyone spin it.
That's how I look at it.
We ride or die for each other, but so everyone spin it.
I got you. All right, no problem. All right, Vance, what you got?
Probably Poetic Justice.
Okay. Why Poetic Justice? Now you say you Tupac? I don't know if you Tupac.
Nah. My wife was hard to get at a young age. You know what I mean? Like I had to actually work and prove who I was to her.
Okay. I put you more like Tasha and the mailman nigga in the back of the joint. What was the
Chicago?
The chick that was her friend, Chicago. Yeah, you was more like Chicago than Tupac, but we'll go ahead. We'll go ahead and let it go. It's all right. So, ladies, now what would you want? What are you looking for in that movie aspect? We'll let Tanya go first. Tanya, come on now. How many? I know you got it. Come on. What's the movie?
I want to go with Love Jones.
Okay. Why?
They got to know each other the old-fashioned way. They went through some things, and at the end, they realized that they were each other's safe place. That they were each other's partner in crime, and they were meant for each other at the end. I just love the way how the whole thing unfolds. It's hard to describe. But that's my voice. It's Love Jones.
I'm gonna have to go with. I know you can be bad, Rodney, but I think I may have to go with Love Jones too.
Okay.
If I had to go with another one between me and my wife, it would be Love and Basketball. So.
Go ahead, Lashanya. Now you gotta tell your reason why Love Jones. Why is that?
For a lot of the same reasons. Like it was an imperfect relationship. If you really watch the movie, Darius was trash. Nina was trash. They were two imperfect people. They both were playing games, but then at the end, they realized that even despite all of those issues, that whatever their connection that they had was true and authentic, and it was worth figuring it out. All I want is someone to say, like, you know what, you're worth figuring it out.
Yeah.
At the end, he was like, this is urgent as a muck. I want someone to say in the rain.
That is my part right there.
Conversation. I'm just, it's all fun and games. We're gonna go into the last segment. So, ladies, I don't know if y'all want to hang around. You're more than welcome to hang around if you want to. We're just gonna do these terrible football picks.
I told y'all this week was gonna be another one, man. I told y'all.
Your input on it if you want to stick around, but if you want to leave, you're more than welcome to go. But we have not won at all. So let's get that straight.
Why don't you let them pick?
Still got 20. Hey, yo, I'm down for that. I'll definitely let them pick.
Hey, shit, it can't be no worse.
We can't do no better. Absolutely. Can't do no better. So yeah, I'm down for that 100%. Coach is going to give y'all the teams. Y'all get the pick. And we're going to place a $20 bet on whatever your pick is. And hopefully we will win. If y'all win,
so that be it's gonna be wild. Watch we win this week.
Oh, we're definitely gonna win this week.
I'm telling you, it make my day.
Win this week. All right,
I'm tired of giving up my $20.
You want to recap how many losses we had last week?
And this week was sick, man. This week was.
I can recap it. Yeah, I'll recap. Hold on, let me pull it up first. If do you got the recap in front of you? Or you need me to recap it? All right, I'll pull it up. Hold on, give me.
Just call it a loss. How about we do that?
Well, you know, I don't know why we keep on betting on these Redskins. I told you, Vance, to stop bringing them.
I told buddy. I told y'all. I specifically told y'all to take that game out last week.
That's a surefire. They lose all the games they're supposed to win and win all the games they're supposed to lose.
Well, we can go with your method this week.
Yeah, so just go against whatever.
They're not beating the Eagles this week. No way.
No.
Watch them beat the Eagles. Watch it happen.
Plus, all right. So,
hey, we just might.
To the recap. Hold on, I gotta get it up. I'm getting there. In 1 second, because FanDuel will make you go through like 1,000. And I did place a bet this week that I said I wasn't going to place. Holy crap! Was this our bet? Damn, we lost everything.
Yeah, last one off.
Yeah, damn. All right, recapping our bet. Well, we won one out of 5. So, Commanders versus the Giants, we lost that. We picked the Commanders. The Raiders versus Chicago, we picked the Raiders. We lost that. Chicago won. Detroit versus the Ravens, lost that. We picked Detroit. I think I was against that. I said Baltimore just to let y'all know.
Yeah, I think we said Baltimore.
I did say that, but we're not going to go about that. Anyway, then Buffalo against New England. We lost that one, and that is ridiculous. That was like a 14-point spread. And Seattle versus Arizona, that's the only one we won, which it was Seattle. So,
dang,
yeah.
Seahawks.
Yeah, it's terrible. All right, so Vance, they're picking for us. I'm more than happy to let that happen. Yeah, because we ain't doing that.
I'm gonna give them the easiest ones this week. So
how would you tell us too?
Yeah. No bullshit.
Hey, look, Tampa Bay at Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? Buffalo minus 8.5. So that means Buffalo is going to win by 8.5 points. That's what Vegas is saying.
So we're not betting points. You just got to pick the winner.
Who you think you're going to win between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Buffalo Bills?
At Tampa Bay?
At Buffalo.
Who's having a better year?
Buffalo.
Yeah,
They're saying Buffalo's going to win by 9 points. That's what Vegas says. They're going to win by 9 points. You only have to pick the winners. You don't need no points.
Yeah, I think I might go with Buffalo on that one.
I'm going to go with Buffalo.
Sounds like
all right. I ain't saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing.
You think Tampa Bay is going to win, Vance? No way.
No, I don't.
Oh,
I don't.
So we're still going to lose. All right, go ahead. What's next?
Tampa Bay gonna win. Watch. So, hey, look,
we ain't got nothing right so far. So.
Right.
Look, it's power in your words. You keep saying you're not gonna win, you won't win.
Hey, the Redskins, the Commanders got a better record than us right now.
Yep. Say we haven't won yet.
All right.
Yeah.
We're about to win.
We're going to win. We will win. We shall win.
Philadelphia Eagles against the Washington Commanders.
Look, they should lose that. So I would say bet on the Commanders to win.
I want the Commanders to win, but I don't have no faith in my team, so I'm gonna.
Well, the Eagles just lost too.
No, they did.
They won. They won Monday night.
The week before.
They lost to the Jets, but they won. What was that last night? Sunday night.
Yeah,
Miami,
they beat Miami.
All right, come on, y'all.
So they split. We gotta. Because one said Commanders, one said Philly.
They're not gonna beat Philly, bro.
Not a chance.
I'm just letting y'all know that.
I can't even wholeheartedly push the Commanders button on this one.
Go ahead, put Philly down there. Like it's part of me still like, man, they may upset them people, but I can't see it though.
Y'all hometown heroes.
What's next, man?
But we did beat Philly last year. They was undefeated when we beat them.
All right, man.
Last year. I'm just saying, is that not true?
That's true.
Every time you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I know these Bama's gonna lose. They end up winning.
Yeah.
We at home or we in Philly?
They're home. It's here.
I just don't even want to put them on the bet sheet, but I'm gonna say Washington, but I wouldn't bet on it though. I wouldn't bet.
All right, we moving to the. Let's go to the next one. I can't do it. I can't even.
The Rams at Dallas. Let's see how many hometown fans picked.
You see the Rams at Dallas? These games not easy, man.
Yeah, they are. Rams plus
Dallas
7?
They got.
I would pick the Rams. Oh, the Rams aren't playing well either, though, huh?
Dallas is the favorite.
Yeah,
I'm picking the highest odds.
They Dallas plus 7.
Yeah, but I'm not sold on Dallas against the Rams. Where they at?
Dallas.
Dallas?
They in LA? Oh, they in Dallas.
Oh, they're in Dallas.
I got another. I got an easy one for you coming up.
Yeah, I would say Dallas.
Who y'all pick?
Yeah, I would say Dallas.
We got 2 Dallas.
They got Dallas. We ain't
The
picking
Rams have
anyway.
not been playing well.
All right. Next one is New England at Miami.
Miami plus 10. So Miami got a 10-point. They think Miami's going to win by 10 points.
Miami should win that jump.
Yeah, they just had an L. They're not going
Especially coming off a loss too.
But I don't know. That's up to them. Everybody.
Yeah, I would say Miami too.
And the last but not least,
hold on, Tanya ain't say Miami. I ain't hear Tanya. Miami? No?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Miami.
All right.
And last but not least, this is an easy one too. The Chiefs at the Broncos.
Oh yeah, Chiefs.
I knew y'all was gonna pick them.
Yeah.
Got to go with Pat Mahomes.
I didn't hear that. All right.
Chiefs.
You got to.
All right,
They
this
all
is a
win it. You
terrible
gonna win
bet
like-
because it's making me no money.
None whatsoever.
At all. My
Thinking all
$20 bet.
fades.
My $20 bet is going to make me $48.
Shit, that's 100. That's, you know what I mean? 100% doubling up.
Dog, I'll be like 120 in the hole. What week is this?
Yeah, week 7, 8. This week 8.
Oh, I'm 160 in the hole. I ain't want nothing. I'm gonna go ahead. You know what I'm gonna do? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make 2 bets and one with the Reds. I'm gonna make the same thing, but with the Redskins winning. Let's see what the hell happens there.
Oh, it's gonna go up.
Oh, I know it's gonna go up, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. Hold on. So that's $48. Let me wait for this to process. You think FanDuel will be able to process my stuff quicker than this?
Just give me a shout out on next week's show if the Commanders beat the Eagles.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's gonna happen. We're gonna go ahead.
And what happened when they lose?
Yeah, we give you a shout out to.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't have a podcast to shout you out on right.
All right, hold on. So what was the picks again? Give them to me real quick, Vance. Hold on, where'd I go? I missed it.
Let me go back.
All right, so it's Buffalo and Tampa Bay. We're taking Buffalo, right?
Yep.
And then the Eagles, we're taking the Commanders this time, not the Eagles.
Yep.
And then what was the other ones?
LA
Cowboys.
at Dallas. Yep.
We take Dallas.
Yeah, the Chiefs.
Right.
And then you got the
Miami and New England.
Yep. And the Chiefs.
And
Well,
Broncos.
all right, well, it is more money, but it wasn't a lot more money. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in.
Y'all should at least win those 2. I feel like those 2 are no brainers.
That you know what that equals? $0.
So my $20 will win me $153. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in.
Oh, just by changing the Redskins?
Yeah.
That's when you know they're gonna lose.
Yeah.
Damn, that Dre more than triple just by changing one team.
Yeah, so it is what it is. We'll see if it wins. I'm not betting no more. I've decided not to bet on the NFL anymore because I can't predict nothing. Even I put in my side bets. I've been losing like hell. So I'm done with that. Hey, so we're going to go ahead and get ready in this show. I want to say thank you, ladies. I want to thank Tanya with Conversation with No Manners. Please check her out. She's on Spotify and Apple. I think it's Apple Podcasts also. You can check them out. You got any other social media you want to shout out, Tanya?
Follow our IG page, Convo with No Manners. That's CONVOWNOMANNERS. That's our page.
Okay. And Lashanya, and thank you for coming out, hanging out with us. I don't know if you want to put out any social media. You might have some prospective dates after this, they might want to check you out and see what's going on out there in Cali. Make sure if you're in the Vineyard area, California, you hit my girl up. You know what I'm saying? For the right price, I might send you her info. But you know, I do
favorite
want
bottle of wine or something.
Yeah, yeah.
What's your favorite
But, you know,
venue?
Yeah, go ahead.
No
What you
info.
got out there? What's your favorite venue? What's your favorite? Well, we know she like wine, so she done blanked out on us. Damn, she disappeared.
She ain't giving up no info.
Well,
that's too much information.
All right, well, everybody, you know where to catch us on everything. Dad_mentality. You can check me out on Twitch with the Beast One and follow anything that's going on out there. I appreciate everybody for showing up, coming out, and having a good time. Next week, we're going to have some guest quotes by Minnie. I might be on this show this Thursday, so you can check me out. Matty Ice is also a constant viewer on the show. Hold on 1 second. She came back, so she didn't disappear all the way. There we go. So
look, it was my brother called me, hating as usual. As soon as you're trying to give me a date, here come my brother calling. Pick me off.
There you go. So did you want to shoot out your favorite venue just in case somebody wants to send you a bottle? You know, you can make it happen.
South Coast Winery, South Coast Vineyards. If you can find some South Coast, I might check you out.
There you go. So, like I said, you catch us on all social media, Dad_mentality, Facebook, all that, Instagram. And thank y'all. God bless. Good night.